Hey everyone, Joe here from What's the Limit, and today I want to try something new. So I know how you guys have been wanting us to continue with our top 5s, and we are. We're going to keep on doing those, pumping them out as much as we can, but I want to try something new. I want to try a review. So please let me know what you think. If you like this, then we'll start pumping these out more. Now, you will have to excuse me, I'm a bit stuffy today, so sorry about that. So the first game I really want to review is a game that came out a while ago. I really liked it, and it's not the biggest game out there, and you really have to be a certain fan of the genre. The game I'm talking about is none other than Life is Strange. So, let's get started. Life is Strange is a 5-part episodic interactive adventure game published by Square Enix. And Square Enix, if you know them, are the guys that do Final Fantasy, and they've done the new Tomb Raider game, which is really good. And as far as I know, this is their first try at doing this type of game. And I honestly thought it was pretty good. Now, this game you can pretty much get on almost every system. You can get it on Xbox 360, the Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PC. Now, I played this on the 360, so disclaimer, I'm not quite sure how it plays on all the other systems, but I imagine they all play pretty much better, other than the PlayStation 3. I'm assuming that plays pretty much exactly the same. So the game's plot focuses on a photographer student named Maxine, who discovers that she has the ability to rewind time, which in this game is extremely useful. Seeing how you can use this ability pretty much in any decision you make, it really is a quite simpler game. So unlike similar games in this genre such as Telltale's Walking Dead and Borderlands, if you make a choice that you don't really like, you can just go back and redo it, which I loved. To be honest, I don't think this has much place in the other games I mentioned. I mean, it would probably ruin them, but Life is Strange pulls it off to a beautiful, beautiful effect. I found myself not worrying as much about what decisions I chose, and more enjoying the story because I had a very nice safety net. And as I say the word enjoy, I mean, really that can sum up this game. I enjoyed almost everything about it. The art style of this game was beautiful to me. I loved it. But I'm sure some of you really didn't like it, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying everyone has to like it, but if you really take a look at all these kind of games, each one of them has a unique art style to them, and Life is Strange really pulled me into theirs. That being said, sometimes when I transitioned to new parts of the level, the textures had a problem loading in. Now, I don't want to put too much emphasis on this, seeing how I did play it on the 360. So I'm sure on the 1 and PlayStation 4, there was really probably no problem. Now, seeing how you're playing as a photographer student, a lot of the first episode is played in the school Maxine goes to. The creators of the game did an awesome job at giving a lot of characteristics to a lot of the background people. At some points in the game, you can talk to a lot of them, and most of them have something interesting to say, if not, a little boring, but they still are there, which is very nice. On the occasion that they don't have something to say, Max will normally tell you something about that person. One problem with this is when she thinks to herself, which happens a lot in the game, she can have some really cheesy lines.
So cheesy, but it makes me smile thinking of the day Mom and I sewed that together.
So I went into this game not really knowing any of the story or any of that stuff, so I'm going to run through it just in case you guys are like me and had no clue. The game begins with Maxine thrown into a vision of a lighthouse about to be destroyed, and right before it is, she awakens instantly to find herself in the middle of her class. In shock of what she saw in her vision, she asked if she could go to the restroom. There she witnessed the murder of a mysterious girl that she had no idea who she was. Max freaks out and in a moment of panic suddenly rewinds time, is moved back into the classroom where she was when she woke up from the vision. Informed of the following outcome, she hurries off to rescue the girl. Using her recently developed ability, only then does Max realize that the person she saved was her childhood friend, Chloe Price, and to avoid spoilers, I will stop there. But let's just say it really kicks off. Now, seeing that this game is an episodic adventure, it only took me about 2 hours to finish it and about 10 minutes to go back and get the last few achievements I missed, for a very sweet 100% first chapter. I love the graphics of this game. It was one of the main elements that kept me interested in it from the get-go. So I happily give it a 7.5, which is a very sweet number in my opinion. The sound on this game was well made, as well as the music. It was nice and simplistic. It knew where it was supposed to be, and it wasn't supposed to take the focus of the game. Some of the voice actors fell a little flat and didn't seem very interested in their performance. I did enjoy Max's, which was good because you will hear it through the entire game. That being said, the supporting cast vocals could really use some work. And that is why I probably am only going to give this around a 5, which just barely makes it into a little bit of a sour. The gameplay was perfect for the type of game this is. I had no problem with the camera at all, and I mean at all, which is a big plus. And your movement speed was just at the right level. It was slow, but not slow enough that you wanted to blow your brains out. Just slow enough to make you really pay attention to your environment and make sure you didn't miss anything that you needed to click on. The gameplay is very much a sweet for me. I pretty much give it an 8. You can't fully judge the plot of the game yet, seeing how it is only the first episode, but for me it had me intrigued at the very start. And as the end came rolling around, I was at the edge of my seat, waiting to see what was going to happen to these two characters. But sadly, of course, seeing how it's the first chapter, you had to wait. And really, when you think about it, that's what these episodic games are all about. They want to get you hooked so you will come back for the next chapter. And you know what? I got hooked. I cannot wait to play the next episode, and I am counting the days till I can. And so the plot for me gets a juicy 7.5 as well. Anyone who likes these type of games will love this game, at least really enjoy it. I know I did. And that's why, guys, I think if you see this for cheap enough, you should get it. At least give the first episode a try, guys. If you like these type of games, you will like this. I guarantee it. Now, seeing how this is my first review, I know it's not perfect. And I am a little confused on how I'm going to do the rating system. So for this first one, I'm going to give it 2 ratings. You tell me which system you like better. All around, I think I'll give this game a 7.5. Now, like I said, I really liked it. I know some of you won't like it out there, and that's alright. But for me, I think that is a perfect rating for this game.